Hey y'all, welcome to Kafi Chat. It's been a while. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late today. I was taking a nap. It'd be like that. But yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and jump right in because I got some stuff to do tonight. So, what is stress, right? So, stress is defined as emotional or physical tension, right? It's your body's reaction to something in your environment that needs immediate attention. Like your body is like, oh my god, this could be harmful, right? It's basically preparing your body to react fast, right? And so that can be good in some situations, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, if you actually are in danger, it'll be really important for your body to be ready to react. But if you're not in danger, and a lot of the times we're experiencing chronic stress and anxiety, it can start to take a toll on your body. Basically, with chronic stress, that's when your body is staying alert for danger, even though nothing's going on. So it's not necessarily that nothing is going on, because obviously something had to happen to trigger it, but it's not necessarily something that, like I said, is actually harmful or dangerous, or something that actually requires that stress reaction in your body. Your emotions and your physical body, they are so connected, and I don't know why people act like they're not. Ever since I got diagnosed with fibromyalgia, which I told y'all basically is just extreme reactions to stress, I've realized how much when I'm not feeling good, or just something is going on in my environment, that it really affects the way that I feel physically. And so chronic stress and anxiety does something similar to the body. It just affects the way that you feel, you know what I'm saying, in a negative way. So when your body is alert, this chronic stress and anxiety, it could cause your heart rate to get accelerated, your muscles might be tight, you might be hyper alert, like I said, it's just your body kind of getting ready for danger. It doesn't matter if it's really danger or not. It's just your subconscious mind is there's danger, let me react. And so if your body is constantly in this state, you know what I'm saying, like I was saying, the accelerated heart rate, the muscle tension, well, what do you think that does over the long term? You know what I'm saying? That can really start to take a toll on your body. And it just seems so simple when I'm sitting here explaining it, but nobody ever put it to me like this. So I'm just sharing my story in case somebody else didn't put it to you like that. But stress, if you really don't take care of your body and take time out to really relax from just whatever the fuck is going on in your environment, like I said, that shit could just really start to take a toll on you. So I just want to talk about places where chronic stress could possibly come from. Basically to kind of get you aware of what could possibly be bringing stress into your life. I can only speak from my experience, so I'm just going to talk about the things that bring me stress, or that I see, could potentially bring me stress, or other people in my life stress. So, it's really a solo journey though. You really have to do a lot of checking in with yourself and asking yourself, how does this make me feel? Does this stress me out? Does this make me feel happy? Does this make me feel good, or does this make me feel horrible and outraged? I noticed that I get a lot of stress reactions when I feel I'm out of control. So say for example, if I'm riding in the car with my boyfriend, he may not even necessarily be doing anything driving crazy, but I will get anxiety or just those feelings of chronic stress because I don't have any control of the situation. The car is not in my hands. So that's just one example. Another example obviously would be the people around you, being in abusive relationships. This is obviously something that is less of your control. But you know, sometimes you can remove yourself from those toxic environments. Like if people are constantly lying to you, constantly instigating, making you feel threatened, always bringing up your triggers and shit, like, you know, you don't deserve to be around people like that, you know. And it's like, why are you going out of your way to stress me out? And you supposed to care about me, you supposed to love me, you know. Like, I feel you. Like, I'm like the car example. I'm like, bro, I know a lot of people be in the cars having anxiety. I'm like, I know that one. Y'all will feel that one for real, for real. So I'm glad that y'all were able to relate to that. But yeah, sometimes also the culprit can be you and your own emotions bringing you stress. For example, suppressing. This is one thing that gets me all the time, because I don't like to just sit down and feel my emotions. Like, I will literally just act like whatever happened in my life just didn't bother me at all, and just like keep living life like nothing happened. And that's fucking toxic. And nobody told me that either. But you know, like, it's very common in society, you know, for people to just do that. Like, it's so commendable if you can just ignore your emotions and work and just act like you don't give a fuck and everything is fine. But like, that's really toxic to yourself, and like, that can end up causing you feelings of like stress and anxiety too, because all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, your subconscious mind is what produces like these feelings of stress and anxiety. So like, if I don't even know what the fuck triggering me, like, how am I supposed to, you know what I'm saying, move past my anxiety and stuff like that? I had to be real with myself. Like, bro, I at least gotta know what's going on. No, exactly, yeah. Basically the comment says toxic towards yourself is still toxic, and people don't think about that. And I'm like, exactly. Like, bro, the first person that you should be working on like not being toxic towards is yourself. Like, if you are worried about, you know what I'm saying, oh, like, I want to be a better person, or like, I just want to do better in general, like, you got to start with you. Like, that's really where it goes. Also, overworking yourself, I'm good for that too. Like I said, I can only speak from my experience, but I know that like not only just physical exertion, but like mental exertion too. Y'all know I do a whole bunch of spiritual work and shit like that. I will get a migraine in a minute, you know what I'm saying? My body would be like, no, we can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, you know, I have fibromyalgia, so my body reacts a little bit stronger. But even when I had fibromyalgia when I was younger, but it wasn't as strong. Like, you know, I would still get like, you know, just like little headaches here and there, or, you know, something where my body is just telling me to chill and I'm not chilling. Like, you can't like ignore what your body is telling you. But that only comes from listening and like being in tune and, you know, meditating and paying attention to your body. I guess I could do a segment on that too, because I'm like, that takes practice and time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it be like that sometimes. Just saying like it be like that sometimes. Just passing over it. Like, I like whenever people ask me like how I'm doing, like, I started getting out of the habit of just saying like, oh, I'm good, or like, I'm fine. I'm like, no, like, if I'm not good or fine, like, I'm just gonna tell them, you know, we don't have to talk about it, but like, at least I'm gonna be honest. Because if I'm just going around telling people I'm good, I'm fine, well, I'm lying, you know. And like, it may not necessarily affect them, but it affects me, and it affects the way that I'm able to process my emotions. So you're absolutely right. We should not be saying it be like that sometimes to ourselves. Like, that's crazy. But yeah, you know, basically, like, don't go too hard, like, but not also like don't go too hard, but like, you know, like, really just give yourself space to feel your emotions. I'm gonna go over some of like the physical symptoms that I experience. Obviously go to the doctor. I'm not a doctor, but I'm just gonna talk about, like I said, what I experience when I'm under like chronic stress. Something that's like, okay, like, I need to like relax, like, you know, it's just too much going on, let me just breathe, let me just chill out. So like, I'll get like stomach pains, like, oh my gosh, like, I hate it when I get nervous and my stomach start hurting. Like, that shit, I damn near can't focus on whatever the hell I'm trying to do, because I'm focusing on the fact that my stomach hurt. But yeah, your palms might start sweating. You might get, like I said, those headaches, especially migraines. A lot of people don't know that, like, when you get migraines, like, that is your body, like, reacting to immense amounts of stress. And like I said, not in every case, but in a lot of cases. For example, women who are on birth control, they often get migraines. I personally think, like I said, it's because that's your body reacting to like the stress. Birth control puts your body under a lot of stress. I get migraines from like tension in my neck, and so obviously tension in my neck would put stress on my body. So like some more symptoms are like muscle tension and twitches. Like if you notice like you feeling like real jittery and like you can't, like you feel like your muscles can't calm down, like that might be chronic stress. Burnout and brain fog, that's a big one, and I've been seeing a lot of people talk about that lately too. Like, let me talk about this for a minute, because actually this is the whole reason I started talking about this, is because like basically like on Twitter, like, I mean, I've been realizing a lot with Twitter, but like one of the things I've been realizing is that I can't keep up with content like on a consistent basis. Like I can't do daily shit or like weekly shit, because like my health doesn't work like that. So for example, with Kafi Chat, I wanted to do Kafi Chat every Monday, but I don't know if I'm gonna feel good every single Monday, so I can't do that. I can't commit myself to that. But you know, people like consistent content, and like people, they just, let's be realistic, they forget about you after a while. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck anymore. And so like I had to realize, you know what I'm saying? Well, first of all, like it hurts, you know what I'm saying, to acknowledge that I'm just not going to be able to fit into standard spaces because I can't keep up with the demand. But like, you know, also realizing that like, why do we live like this? Like, why do we live where like we have to like be doing the maximum amount of work all the fucking time? Like always producing content, always on some kind of social media, always promoting, always doing some kind of business, always selling something. I feel like we don't give ourselves enough rest. We don't give ourselves enough breaks, you know? I'm 21 and I have fibromyalgia. That didn't happen, you know what I'm, well, part of it is genetics, part of it, but also part of it is, you know what I'm saying, was my environment. You know, the fact that I was, you know what I'm saying, a kid just going hard as fuck for no reason, you know what I'm saying. And I know that like I'm not the only person like who health issues have been exacerbated by the fact that like life just don't let them rest, you feel me? Like I'm blessed to be in a position where I don't have to like grind so fucking hard and just like drive myself crazy, because honestly like it was literally killing me. I had to sit and think about it. I'm like, stress kills people, you know what I'm saying? Stress makes people have heart attacks, strokes, etc., etc. I'm like, I already got fibromyalgia, you know. That should have just been the wake up call to slow the fuck down, just in general, you know. And so like I'm really doing this Kafi Chat today to just stress the point of like slowing down when you need to slow down, because like, you know, you don't have to like sacrifice your health for whatever your goal might be. You don't have to sacrifice your health. Like I wish somebody just would have been like Lauren Chill and just like giving me the chance to like relax and rest when I was a kid, because maybe I wouldn't be in this predicament now where like I'm 21 but I feel like an old ass lady. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like nigga, I'm limping around the house and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like I'm young and like, why is this happening to me? But like I said, it's because I didn't take care of my body, but that wasn't my fault. I didn't know, you know. So like I just really hope that like by sharing my story, like I can, you know, inspire y'all to take care of your bodies more and like manage your stress more efficiently. But basically now I'm gonna get into what to do about stress when you see it. Hold on, because I see I got a comment. Right, exactly. The comment says almost like mental problems can cause physical problems. It's like, exactly. Oh my god, and that shit really blows my mind, because like I used to say that when I was a kid. Like I would be telling people like how, you know what I'm saying, they're like, well, not necessarily what they did, because you know obviously they're still my emotions, but like, you know, how what they said would like literally physically affect me or like hurt me. And they'd be like, words don't hurt, words don't hurt. I'm like, nigga, they hurt me. What the fuck? Like, and I mean, like, I feel like that with everybody, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even just talking about, just superficial stuff, but like the things that people say and do to you, like they really affect you, over the period of your life, whether you believe it or not. But that just goes back to what I was saying about, not suppressing your emotions, because even if it's just like the most trivial thing, like you will be surprised at how like that will literally affect you, and you'll look back on it and be like, I didn't even like give that shit much thought, but it really like implanted itself in me and like affected my behavior. Like, it's crazy. Oh, of course, sweetheart. Look, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help validate y'all. I'm here to help y'all feel like somebody's here with you, because I really am. But like I said, let me talk about some of these techniques. So I already have some blog posts up about like remedies for anxiety and like recognizing anxiety versus intuition and stuff like that. So I will link that in the description, like once this is all done, so like y'all can have access to that. But in the meantime, I'm gonna just go ahead and get into it. So like the best thing for me is breathing. Look, y'all, let me tell y'all, I had a migraine before I came on this camera. That's why I was asleep before I came on Kafi Chat, and that's why I was late. Listen, it was the breath that put me to sleep. It was the breath that took my headache away. You know what I'm saying? I was sitting here like, bro, are you fucking kidding me? I'm not about to not go on Kafi Chat, because I haven't been on Kafi Chat in months, and I told these people I was coming on live. I was like, I'm getting on this damn live. And so I just breathed. You know what I'm saying? I just took a minute. I had a half an hour left. I overslept a little bit, but you feel me? I took my time. I was just like, I could just apologize, but I can't push myself beyond my limits. And y'all see, we here, and I'm not migrained, so it's great. Like I said, I'm just speaking on what works for me. Another thing that helps me a lot is binaural beats. So like, I don't know if y'all are hip to that. Those are like really strong for me though, for some reason. Like they make me feel really ungrounded. So like I recommend just like putting your feet flat on the floor like while you're listening to them, because like I feel like for me personally that helps me get a lot more of the like the calming effect. Like I said, I don't know why, like it just makes me feel like I'm in the air, I'm in space or some shit, like when I'm just like cuddled up in a chair or laying down or some shit. But yeah, just go on Google and type in binaural beats and like find some YouTube. You can literally click any of them, because I'm like, they are all great. But another thing is having a self-care regimen. So like I was speaking about how like when I was a kid, like I never gave myself like ample time to rest. Like nobody really stressed the importance of just like, just chill. Like, you don't have to be doing some shit all the time. Find whatever it is like you like to do, like whatever creative outlet you have, like that doesn't like necessarily require you to exert yourself, right? So for me, like it's writing, right? I could just write, like it just flows, and like everybody has their own thing. So like don't feel like you need to be a good whatever, whatever you just feel like is most comfortable for you to do. I would say just do that, and that can be your creative outlet. Like I said, I write. I'm just gonna do that anyway. Like I've been writing since I came out the womb, probably. I'm like, to be honest, because I'm like, that's just something that's just so natural to me. And so like if I really need to calm down, chill out, like I'm just gonna write. I'm just gonna spill whatever I need to say on the paper, and that's gonna help me. So whatever you, like I said, you feel like is your thing, your outlet, like that, it's good to like incorporate that into your everyday life. Like, okay, how can I like squeeze in time every day and make sure like I'm giving myself time to just like, get this stress off of me for real. Yeah, that's true. The comment says people act like they can't just like be, just like exist. And like I felt that, like especially with like social media and stuff, like, and just the way life is set up nowadays, like with technology, like it feels like you always have to be doing something. it's so funny because, like, I mean, of course I'm not trying to invalidate anybody's experience, but when I hear people say they can't meditate, like, of course, like, you know, everybody meditates differently, but I just think about how, like, society has, like, affected us, like, and made our brains, like, unable to, like, calm down for real. I'm like, I don't think that, like, we seriously sit and think about that. Like, of course, you know, it's a case by case basis, but I know, like, for me, like I said, just speaking from my experience, I feel like technology and social media has seriously affected my attention span, my ability to focus. Just, and like the comment says, just literally to just exist, just be. Like, why can't I just sit down? Like, why do I always feel like, oh, I gotta do this or I gotta do that? Or even if I am just sitting down, oh, I gotta think about 10 million things, you know what I'm saying, that aren't even relevant right now because I'm supposed to be relaxing and chilling, you know? So yeah, guys, I mean, that kind of goes into what I was about to talk about anyway. I was gonna say, like, make time and space to, like, feel your emotions, so that you can find the root of your triggers, right? So this goes back to what I was talking about, how, like, stress in your body is, like, always triggered by something. I think honestly that's where the word trigger, like, in society comes from, like, feeling triggered, is because, like, something has to happen, like, whether you see a picture or, like, you know, you have a memory, or, you know, you come into contact with someone, something has to happen in order for these stress feelings to be triggered in your body. And like I was saying earlier, this goes back to, like, the suppressing your emotions thing. If you don't, like, spend time with yourself, like, you gonna be acting certain ways and not even knowing why. So that's really important, to just relax. Something I literally talked about earlier also, I want to expand on it, was taking yourself out of, like, toxic situations and, like, toxic environments with people, like, stuff that triggers you, you know. For me, like, okay, so, like, I used to be the type of person that's like, oh, I'm be, like, cool and friendly with everybody, but I realized, like, I can't be cool and friendly with everybody because a lot of people either have, like, done me bold, or, like, you know, it may not even necessarily be they did me bold, like, it might be something about them that triggers me that I haven't dealt with, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, interacting with them is stressful, like, they don't, you know, they just don't fill my cup. They don't make me feel good, you know? They don't make me, they don't support me and who I am as a person the way that I need to be supported, right? Like, for example, a lot of people, like I said, I needed to rest, right? And so why would I be around people that are encouraging me to not rest? You feel me? And so, like, I had to be realistic with myself. I had to just be like, okay, it's not them, it's me. You know what I'm saying? I still gotta, you know what I'm saying? It's all love, but I gotta distance myself though, cause I can't, you know what I'm saying, have that kind of stress in my life. It's gonna kill me. You know what I'm saying? This is life or death. This is not, you know what I'm saying, some petty, we mad, you know what I'm saying, at each other stuff. It's like, if you gotta take care of your health, like, it's okay to detach yourself from the people that are you know, causing you stress, period. But it's like, I think about it like this: if somebody came up to me and was like, you stressing me the fuck out, I'll be like, get the fuck away from me, please. I don't want to stress you out at all, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I know that, like, I would have that reaction, and, like, you know, that's the space that that's the kind of energy that I welcome into my life, you know, that's the space that I hold for people, you know. So I'm like, if you don't hold that same space for me, then you're not supposed to be in my life anyway. That's how I feel. Anyway, let me look at this comment. Yeah, the comment says, it just seems like something is always happening or in the world, so you don't have time to slow down and just be, because you feel left behind or uninformed. And I'm like, yeah, like, that's really facts. I'm like, I feel like that a lot. You know, I was just talking about that, how, like, on Twitter, like, well, I mean, there are other reasons why Twitter is Twitter, but that is part of the reason why, like, I don't feel welcome there anymore, is just because I feel like I'm getting left behind. I feel like I can't keep up with all these people that's producing content every single day, and like, just feeling comfortable sharing all their theories and like all this other stuff. Like, that's just not me, and it hurt to just step back, like it felt painful. I cried about it, I was like, fuck, like I can't keep up with that, like Devontae was saying, it's FOMO. Literally, it's FOMO. And I mean, that shit is real, it's a fear of missing out. It's real, and like, it's valid, and like, it's okay to feel that way. I don't think that we acknowledge enough how much it can hurt, like when you feel left out, or like when you feel like you don't know what the fuck is going on. It's painful to feel confused, and like it's also like, why is like, I don't even know. I was about to go into a whole other tangent. I'm like, I don't even want to go there. But basically, like, yes, I agree with you. And yeah, I do feel like, this is something that like, it's just like a society problem that we need to contemplate and fix for real. But yeah, let me go ahead and finish, because I'm like, this is getting longer than I wanted it to be. Something else that helps me is aromatherapy blends. I got one in my hand right now. It's empty, but I'm still smelling it because it slapped. Basically, like, this has, what does it have in it? Lavender, peppermint, spearmint, and rosemary. And so lavender and peppermint are the main things like that have like a calming effect, or like a mental clarity effect. So like when you're experiencing anxiety and stuff like that, obviously that can be really helpful. Yeah, that's very true too. The comment says, we gotta remember that this is our journey, and that we can't compare ourselves to others, because it hurts when we feel like we aren't moving fast enough. And that's facts. And like, we are so young, and I feel like especially, I know a lot of us in here right now like grew up in Detroit, like, and like we had to grow up so early, like we had to take care of ourselves, and like we had to be adults like from a very young age. And so like a lot of us are like, wondering why like we don't have like these adult things. And it's like, well, we young as fuck, like we 21, 22, 23, our life is like just getting started. Of course we're not gonna be like stable like how other people may be. And I mean, even if people are young and stable, like the comment says, that's their journey, that's their life. You don't know what's going on with them, and what they're doing, or like why that's happening in their life for them at that particular time. You just don't know. So you just really have to not necessarily have tunnel vision, but just remember that comparison is the thief of joy. And that's facts. But yeah, another thing that I love to do is just making sure like I don't go to sleep mad, or like irritated, or uncomfortable. Like that shit can really carry over to the next day. And so I know people say that it's kind of like a cliche, but like it's one of the most simple things you can do. Like, just make sure, just like kind of like check in with yourself before you go to sleep. Instead of scrolling on your phone, just sit there and be like, how does my body feel? How does my mind feel? How did today go? How did I feel today? Who made me mad? Who made me happy? And just checking in with yourself, and kind of like a daily debrief type shit. But yeah, look, whenever you feel your body tense up out of nowhere, whenever you get them feelings of stress, man, just breathe and just remind yourself that like you're safe in this moment. Because like I said, those feelings of stress and anxiety come from a feeling of like, oh, like I'm in danger, like something's wrong, something's happening. And so you'll also be surprised at how much just reminding and affirming yourself that you're safe in this moment, like regardless of what else might be happening in the future or what might have happened in the past, like in this moment, like you're safe. You'll be surprised at how much that really helps. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in and supporting me. I really appreciate you. This was so fun, and I love y'all, and that I love coming on here talking to y'all, and that I want to come on here and talk to y'all more. But as we just talked about, I have to prioritize my health, and I have to make sure that you know, I'm managing my stress properly. So I'll see you soon. I love you.